Welcome back to another episode of the Cinestro Court. It's your boy Blacksby, aka Dwayne the Glock Johnson, aka Bulk Hogan, and today I have with me the real Blacksby and Luis Von Erich. We are so pumped. We are so amped. Excuse me, amped. We're not pumped. We're amped to discuss the Iron
The
Claw
Bulk
in
Hogan is
theaters
really
now.
funny.
Let's get right into it. Let's get into it, brother. Yes.
You like a Slim Jim, brother? Oh, yeah.
Worst sex tape I've ever watched.
I need a
Hulk
cup of
Hogan's?
that. Need a cup of that
Yeah.
series.
I couldn't bring myself to experience such trauma.
It's a
Need a
trauma.
cup
Yeah,
of that
I had to
serious
know.
mud,
I had to
brother.
know.
And I've seen people get beheaded on the internet, and I couldn't bring myself to watch the Hulk Hogan tape.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
I've seen
He watched
worse.
those ISIS tapes,
I've seen the
cartel videos.
I've seen the Eagles get spread. I've seen worse. They were getting their butthole spat in.
Nah, the
he was
Eagles,
not here to defend his
Eagles
boys.
walking around with their assholes hanging out like a tail after that.
They were getting violated. They got prolapsed. It was like stretched.
They got pinched out.
Enough of the
Back
tragedy.
on- back
Enough
on
of
topic.
the enough of the tragedy
We're
of
being
the
way off topic.
enough of the tragedy of the Eagles. Let's talk about the tragedy of the Von Erichs. So beautifully
Nice.
detailed in the movie, The Iron Claw. By now, it's been for a month since that movie came out.
At least.
Something to that effect.
Mhm.
Something to that effect. And it's in my eyes, it's already Oscar winner. Like, this movie right here was solid
It should.
fucking gold. Like, it was too good. We're almost at a month. It came out on December 22nd. Anyways, A24 in their bag. We're in 2024. A24 is
Mhm.
cooking. Iron Claw just came out. They got Civil War coming up this year. We'll talk about that later. But anyways, let's focus on the topic at hand today.
Just
The
FYI,
Iron Claw.
due to kind of like how the awards process goes and the fact that the Iron Claw was released so late in the year, it hasn't really been getting like much like precursor awards. Like, it didn't really get many nominations at like the Golden Globes. Like, much of the cast aren't getting any nominations. Not at SAG, not at Critics' Choice, stuff like that. New York Film Critics Circle, due to how
Feels
it was
racist.
released so late in the year. Oscar nominations come
Tragic.
out next year as of this recording. So that's the only real like last chance that we have for the Iron Claw or movies that were released late in the year to kind of get a nomination.
And I mean, this movie deserves it, man. I cried. I genuinely cried. There are three movies. No, let's see. Yeah, there are three movies I cried at last year in 2023. The first one being Guardians 3. Actually, let me scratch that. There's four. The first one being fucking Shazam, Fear of the Gods. I cried because that shit was so ass. I cried hard. I wanted my money back. The second one I cried at was Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Third one was Waitress. Musical. Tore me up, bro. And then, of course, Iron Claw. Cried at this one for sure. Good freaking movie, bro. Only reason why we're talking about it so late right now is because we're trying to give everyone some time to watch it. This is one of those films you got to process and really just appreciate life and evaluate. Let's start from the
Yeah,
top.
you got to take your time with it.
Absolutely. Sean Durkin, bro, he deserves his flowers. There's his flowers. I think he wrote this movie too, or he just directed it. I'm not sure.
No clue. But I have never even heard that name before, the Iron Claw. And I'm
Really?
uncultured. So I'm not familiar with his other stuff, but I do think that I have to check it out now.
Sean Durkin wrote this film. I have not seen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't seen anything else. Sean Durkin, but I know he's certified in my book off this movie alone, bro.
Yeah.
Off this movie alone. So
Also, it completely, like, aside from the fact that it's a great movie, every time I fucking saw Zac Efron, I was like, I need to get there.
Trying to get
How did he
Broly.
get so fucking big? Yeah, he's Broly with the bowl cut.
Trying to get Brolic.
Broly.
Trying to get swole like this, bro. I'm trying to have my muscles have muscles on top of their muscles. Like, that's how you know I'm trying to be big. Trying to be massive. But nah, Zac Efron, if you think about the workouts that these guys had to do, it wasn't just Zac Efron that was swole. It was freaking everybody. Jeremy Allen White was looking jacked as fuck. Bro was probably training for this in between like shoots for The Bear He was
Yeah, that's
cooking.
why he was so fucking big in the second season.
Uh-huh. He was cooking, and he was literally cooking. Like, he's in
He was
here
kicking in multiple senses.
acting his ass off. People were tweeting, talking about some, why didn't we have Jeremy Allen White as Wonka? Bro, that film is beneath him. This is a god. This is a
No,
legend.
for real.
He was acting his
Should a Greek
fucking ass
god.
off. Literally.
Yeah.
Starting from the top of this
I
film.
think it's safe to say this is Jeremy Allen White's year, man. He's just
Oh yeah, we're in
he's blowing up.
the Jeremy Renaissance,
He's
bro.
got the bear. He's got the iron
Mm-hmm.
claw. He's dating Rosalia. He's after the Latinas, a man of culture. He's got it. He's got it, man. Fuck Timothy Chalamet. Jeremy
Bro,
Allen White. That's my guy.
And then like, isn't he? He was in Shameless. He was in that one episode of Law and Order, right?
Was he? I never watched Law and Order.
He was in several episodes of Law and Order. Now I think about it.
You're on this man's page.
I pulled that shit up. I had
research.
I had to Google. I had to make sure I was accurate.
Gotta know.
But yeah, bro.
I know from Shameless to Bear and Iron Claw, and that's it, and that's enough.
Shameless was my first introduction to Bro, and that's when I knew Bro was real. Bro was certified. Then I found out he was in The Bear. I'm already knowing my GOAT. Then I saw he was in Iron Claw. I already knew this movie was gonna be good. I knew from the jump before even seeing a fucking trailer. I didn't even watch a trailer.
I just saw the pre when it was like first announced.
No, I saw
when I
H
saw
before,
Zac Efron
and I saw the cast.
Looking how he did, I was like, is that what we're doing? But
nah, man, he was looking like I couldn't. He couldn't even turn around in the room if he wanted to.
Like like He-Man.
Hey, next movie, Zac Efron, Masters of the Universe.
He can do it. He can do it. I believe in him. He's got the pull.
Start the agenda right now.
Who are we gonna produce it? Warner Bros.
Hell yeah. For those of you guys who don't know about the Iron Claw and the backstory behind the Iron Claw, the movie is about the famous, probably one of the most famous wrestling families. I want to say one of the most famous, if not the most famous, one of the most famous. The Von Erichs, hailing from the Dallas area, specifically Denton, Corinth, Texas. That's where they lived. And there were four. No. Kevin, Carrie.
In real life, there were like
Michael.
6 brothers, I think.
Yeah, there were a lot. I think they only focused on like the 5, or really, 5 here in this movie with little Jack
there was
Jr.
A 6th. A little spoiler: there was a 6th. There was a 6th brother who also killed himself.
It's very tragic.
They thought it was so tragic. They're like, we can't have a 3rd one in the movie, so they cut him out.
They would have had to have like a 3-hour movie. This would have been the Oppenheimer of A24 films.
That would have been like a world record for how many suicides are in one movie.
Yeah, bro. It was like this family got into wrestling. The patriarch, Fritz Von Erich, was a famous wrestler. He had his signature move, the Iron Claw, where he did his little grabbing people. That shit was so hard, bro. And then he had his sons, Kevin, Carrie, Michael. How am I forgetting their names, bro? This is terrible media journalism. This is terrible on my part. I apologize. The Von Erich brothers.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Kevin, Carrie, Michael, Fritz. No, that's the dad. Carrie, Kevin, Chris, Mike, and David. There we go. I pulled him up.
Yeah, Chris is the one that got cut out, I think.
Yeah, Chris didn't make it in the movie, but
Chris didn't have the juice.
Carrie was Jeremy Allen White's character. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
David was the cowboy. David was cool. I like David.
Yeah.
He's just like me, cowboy.
Mikey was my favorite, bro. Mikey
made me sad. Yeah, that made me so sad.
Yeah.
The point we're trying to make is this is a famous wrestling family. They started off with their pursuit of various wrestling titles, and they were hit with tragedy left and right. Literally from the beginning of this family's like inception, bro. The Von Erich's first son died tragically when he was like 6 years old. Kevin is the only surviving Von Erich son right now. Everybody else died or killed themselves or something to that effect, and it's just really messed up. Hence the term the Von Erich curse. For those of you guys who are wrestling fans, you probably already know the Von Erich name. You already know about this story. So if you know this, you can fast forward through this backstory part of our video or our episode. But this film just details their life, details their pursuit of fame and glory. I'm about to pull up my review too. You know me, I'd be in the theater typing out dissertations, reviewing this shit. One of these days, somebody gonna pick these reviews up.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one's fucking yelled at you because you do it on your phone.
I got it on the black screen. Like my screen is on that silent. You know, no one can see this.
Matt is out here risking his life for the pod, and I
see
respect
the
it.
thing. The thing I do, I go at times that nobody's gonna see a movie. Who's gonna see a movie at 11:20 a.m.? Not no.
Me. I love
Nobody
matinee
besides
screenings.
us.
They're the best.
Yeah, bro.
They're the
$4.
best.
$4.
$4. There's no children screaming. No one's yelling. It's beautiful.
What I wrote for my short summary of the Iron Claw was a tragic tale with a hopeful and happy ending. This film is well written, well directed, well shot, and well acted. Sean Durkin making a statement. Indubitable Oscar contender. I had to pull out the big words. Indubitable.
Yeah, for real.
This shit was good. It does a good job of showing the film does a great job of depicting the unbreakable bond of brotherhood. Everybody in this movie, they came and they knew what they had to do. They came and acted their ass off. It's like what we've been saying since the dawn of this podcast, bro. Competent people being allowed to cook, and that's what we had here. So I'm for one, I gave this movie a 9 point. Like I'm even changing it right now. I'm changing to 9.9 out of 10. Like that's how good this movie is.
It's a great movie, and like you said, I feel the family dynamic is really, really good. If you have siblings or brothers specifically, you know this movie hits hard as shit. It's great, and I think they sold that really well.
Absolutely,
I agree.
I would cry. I would cry. I did cry. You're going to cry if you watch this movie. If you have any sort of, you know,
and if you don't cry, you're not normal.
I thought. Are we talking spoilers or no? Are we talking spoilers or no?
Yeah, fuck it.
We're talking spoilers.
We all know.
If this is not even a spoiler,
70 years
this
ago.
This story is already well known, bro. If you have a computer and internet, you should know.
I meant about the movie in general. There's a scene that's at the end that I want to talk about.
We can talk about it by now.
Go ahead. I think it's fine.
Okay. I think there's a scene at the end of the film where after all the Von Erich brothers have died, they reconvene in kind of like this afterlife. And it's Carrie. It's the little baby brother who died when he was like 5 years old. It's David, and it's the other motherfucker, the musician, Mikey. I did not think that scene worked. I understood its purpose. I just thought it didn't fit the tone of the rest of the film. The rest of the film was like grounded, and not ever did we ever get the sense that it was kind of like this fantastical realism or this elevated realism, right? And then that scene came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, all of a sudden, the brothers are in kind of this, afterlife, and there's this fantastical element about it.
It's called heaven, Luis. Fucking look it up.
No,
I get what you're saying. It is a bit of it's a little jarring.
Yes.
To go from what, like you said, it's very grounded and it's really fucking sad. So to go to this like idyllic afterlife setting, and you see all these, let's be clear, dead people. It's a bit weird, and I don't think it fits in with the rest of the movie.
Me saying tone wasn't really the correct term, because I guess it does fit the tone, which is like there's this sense of like hopefulness at the end, right? And there's kind of this sense of like, even though tragedy has occurred, Kevin still finds happiness, and he's outgrown his familial trauma and that kind of generational trauma that was instilled on him by his father, and so he outgrows that and becomes a good father. And I get that, and that scene does fit in, but it kind of caught me off guard. I was like, I get what you're doing, Sean. I was like, and it's not working. It felt too forced and too ham-fisted. I was like, you're trying to get, and I was like, you're trying to give me that gut punch to where I can be, the brothers and they're, and I was like, and it didn't work. I don't know. I felt the scene with Kevin and his two sons worked much better. I thought that was a
That
much
one
more
hurt.
powerful moment, and I thought that fit kind of the narrative of the film, and much better than that other scene. But it's just personal preference, and it's a slight nitpick. It's be like, oh, I didn't like one scene in this otherwise fantastic movie. It's kind of a dumb thing to point out, but yeah.
I mean, that's fair. That's why we started this podcast.
Confirmed.
We have our own. Every one of us has our own opinions. We're not some,
Monolith.
mindless monolith. Yeah, monolith. Shills. We don't freaking glaze every fucking movie that we see. We've torn movies up on this channel. Besides Gerardo, we don't glaze every movie.
Hard.
I've ended some careers.
Oh,
yeah. Haven't heard of Sam Esmail since last week, bro. He's done.
No,
There's no films coming out.
Haven't heard of Peyton Reed in a minute.
I decimated him.
He hasn't directed. What has he directed since Ant-Man? Tell me right now. Nothing. You can't.
His suicide video.
Oh God.
Best thing he's ever filmed.
For real, we started this podcast to have unique and differing takes on everything, and this is one movie.
Yeah.
It's very few movies that have come out in the last 2 years or years since we started this podcast. 2 years since we've been all like friends and shit. That we all collectively like agree on, and I think this is one of them where we're all like, this is good. This is good. I think Guardians, and then this movie are the two in this last 7-month spread, 8-month spread, 10. I don't know, last 9-10 months that we've all agreed on this is a great film. So having different,
there's always at least one hater, and it's usually Luis. But,
that's true.
I know cinema, baby. I know
it's
cinema.
a nice little change of pace to agree with
the reason this movie did so well and is just kind of like really like it's beloved by like audiences and critics as well is because they took a filmmaker who has obviously like who's an auteur and has like auteur sensibilities, right? Like Sean Durkin, and they gave him or they let him make a movie about something that is pretty like 4 quadrants, Professional wrestling, however you feel about it, is pretty popular in the United States. People can relate to that. And if you can't relate to that, you can relate to the family aspect of it. If you can't relate to that, you can relate to the Zac Efron is fucking yoked in this film aspect of it. And if you can't relate to that, you can relate to the fact that it's A24. So I think this movie had a lot of positive things going for it, and it just so happened that they hit it. They did it like they made a good movie that also kind of like lived up to people's like expectations. Have you talked about the performances at all?
A little bit,
not a little bit. Yeah, we discussed just the general backstory of the Von Erichs, kind of detailed the base level stuff of this movie. Their tragedy, the Von Erich curse, the various brothers, the one that didn't even show up in the movie. There's more Chris, Von Erich brothers who died tragically. So
that's crazy.
Discussing performances, man. This is Zac Efron's. This is magnum
opus.
This is I know we use that loosely on other topics, but this is like legit this is his best film. Besides High School Musical, this is his best film.
It is his best.
It is his best film
ever.
Like, talk about a range of emotion. Talk about someone who took a very difficult role to play. Playing real life people, in my opinion, is one of the harder things to play because these are people that, if you know the person, if you know the figure and know what they're about, what their life is, people are gonna tear you to shreds if you make any missteps, miscues. And Zac, I feel like Zac took on this role with all this weight, all this emotion behind it, all this like just tragedy and pain, and he illustrated it in such a way that was like, God damn, dude. Zac Efron is a force to be reckoned with. He's a great actor. Yeah. He deserves whatever Oscar nominations they can come up with for him. Whatever one's categories this movie fits in, he deserves it.
If he even gets one.
If they don't, I'm riding. I'm in there, bro. I'm jumping off the top rope, busting niggas up. Yeah, I'm boycotting that shit, bro.
Honestly,
Oscars biased.
I think lots of the performances in this, or most, if not all of the performances in this movie, are phenomenal. I think they got really talented actors to play every role. People from Lily James to Jeremy Allen White to Holt Mac.
Mm.
What's his name? McElhenney, the guy from Mindhunter,
Oh,
the dad, the
Fritz.
guy who
The
plays
dad,
Fritz.
yeah.
Holt. Yeah, yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
so Holt, yeah. So they but Zac Efron, I think, is sticks out so much because a lot of people, right, did. I think, let me speak for me specifically because I don't want to generalize. I could not take him seriously, like as a serious actor. I loved him in High School Musical. I grew up with those films, and then he
My
made stuff like
goat.
17 again, like
Boo.
That Awkward Moment, and Charlie St. Cloud, and I was just kind of like, oh,
Real.
okay, this is the kind of actor that he's kind of like relegated himself to. I was like, he's just
Mhm.
like a hot guy who will make like comedies like Neighbors
Neighbors.
and some attempted like
Hey,
Nicholas
that's
Sparks
real,
movies
real cinema.
that aren't good and that won't and that'll fail. And then he'll make stuff like Baywatch. I was like, he's not improving or growing or pushing himself as an artist. And so when I saw him in the Iron Claw, I was fucking floored, dude, because I was like, I had no idea that this guy had this in him. And if he has this whole time, why the fuck has he not been capitalizing on it? Because he's
Yeah.
amazing. He carries the whole movie on his incredibly large back.
His
you know, but
Brolic,
but
his
but it's just
Brolic
really
On his
back.
surprising.
turtle shell.
It's insane. Not only did he commit to the physicality of this performance, he looks fucking huge. It's insane. But like I said, he Lily James is a phenomenal actress, and granted, she doesn't have a lot to do in this movie, but he is like holding his own with scenes with Jeremy Allen White, with her, with Holt, and who are all incredibly talented performers, and sometimes even blows them out of the water. So I don't know, man. He's definitely the takeaway for me. Like I said, the whole cast is amazing, but he was on some other shit, man. He was on a different level. I think him and Sean Durkin really,
They
whatever it
connected.
was, really connected because he got the best out of Zach.
Him and
He told him. He told him, "I don't want to be in Neighbors 3." And Sean said, "This is what you have to do."
he said, "I got the role for you, brother." He said, "I
Yeah,
got the movie
insane.
for you, brother." Nah, yeah, this is well, all around, well done film. Sean Durkin deserves his props for as a director and as a writer, bro. Because like I said, telling the story of a real life family, real life people, it takes a lot of finesse. There's details you have to get right. There's things you can't. There's only so much liberty you can take on something. It's not like this is an Avengers movie where you're going off of comics that you can still interpret in whatever which way. This is somebody's
Hmm.
real life story that you got to
But
detail out on screen.
even then, they still did adapt things. Like you said, there's brothers in real life who aren't even in the movie. So
Yeah.
that in and of itself is an artistic choice. That is an adaptation of something that happened in real life. But what this proves is that there is a good way to adapt things, whether it be
Mm-hmm.
real life, whether they be made not
Hmm.
real life, and there's bad ways to adapt it. The Last of Us, the show, is another example of a good way
Pass.
to make it. Shut up. Well, we fuck Neil Druckmann, Zionist piece of shit. Yes, but the
Yeah,
show
bitch
itself
ass
is,
boy.
an example of a good adaptation of something that exists. This is another example of that. So uh, yeah, it just goes to show that if you put in the thought and the work and you're passionate about it and you understand and you want to do these people and do these stories justice, then I think if your heart's in the right place for the most part, it'll work out adaptation wise.
Adaptation, like, yeah, because we've had like good adaptations and bad adaptations. Like we've had bad adaptations like the Percy Jackson show, and then like really good ones like the Percy Jackson movies. It's
Get the
it's day and night.
nah,
It's day and night. It's day and night.
nah,
Nah,
cap.
nah. Pause on. Fuck that show.
That show
Anyway,
hard, boy. That
Gerardo
show
said,
who's
hard.
Gerardo said,
who's your
sorry, I'm not a
favorite
fan
Von
of
Erich brother?
Zach,
in real
Zach
life
that
in the
movie
movie.
hard.
Oh, both.
You said, who's your favorite Von Erich brother?
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, were you asking a question?
Yeah, that was a question.
Oh, and in the movie,
Yeah.
I liked, I liked another. Actually, now that you mention this, I think they could have explored a lot more with Carrie.
Yes,
Hmm.
I think Carrie
with
had was
Olympian. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, no. I was just gonna say I think there's a lot more to explore, and to have an actor that as talented as Jeremy Allen White, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he
Hmm.
was good, but I feel like there was just so much
They
story. There was just
scratched the
so
surface barely.
exactly, yes. I feel like there's so much more there to that character,
Hmm.
and you have a performer like Jeremy Allen White who's phenomenal. I think we could have gotten more from him. But I mean, this was the Zac Efron, Kevin Von Erich show, so I
I
mean,
think it. I
you have
agree.
to sacrifice somebody in order for him to get his shine. But that's just something that I think they could have expanded on. I really liked Carrie, and I think there was more there that we could have explored with his character.
I agree. I think having an actor as talented as Jeremy Allen White in your movie, in your roster of actors, should be utilized more. It's like having Marshawn Lynch on your Super Bowl team and passing the ball on the 1 yard line instead of running it in with Marshawn Lynch. No shade to any Seahawks fans. I'm sorry y'all had a
Mm.
dumbass decision from your coach and QB. Anyways, moving on. Jeremy Allen White as Carrie could have been explored more. I feel, however, I agree with you also that this story is for, yes, it's the Von Erich brothers, the Von Erich family, but this is Kevin's story more or less. Um, Not necessarily told just from his perspective, but I feel like he was the more
It's
main
mostly
focus.
from his perspective.
Well,
No,
yeah,
the
but I
beginning
mean,
is
like,
definitely the dad.
yeah.
Nerd.
Hey, at least we didn't get chapters like fucking Leave the World Behind.
No, for real.
Hey,
That shit.
that's such a pretentious thing for filmmakers to do. Chapters,
Only
shut up.
Quentin can do that. Only Quentin.
That's it. And Bong
Yeah.
Joon-ho.
Yeah, he's allowed. Yeah, my favorite was definitely Mikey. He's
Of
just
course.
like
Oh
me.
man,
His first wrestling match hurts himself into brain damage. Like that's God, the most relatable Von Erich brother.
Isn't it
He
because they
wasn't
fucked up the
swole.
surgery?
Yeah,
yeah, they
he
fucked up the
wasn't swole.
surgery.
He got hurt, and then the surgeons just fucked it,
They fucked
biffed
up
it
He's an
horribly.
artist at heart.
Yeah, and
Beautiful
then
baby boy, Mikey.
yeah,
I think my favorite was.
that one made me cry.
I
That one
think
made me cry.
my favorite was definitely David, the cowboy. Bro is a shit talker. He's real. He was challenging people. He was standing on business the whole movie. Bro was hard. I feel like me and David would have been friends. I would have grabbed a beer with him or something. Been cool.
I think he would have called you the N word, if I'm completely honest.
No, I don't. Damn, don't say that.
All the
He
Von
might,
Erichs, all the Von Erichs, to be
do we
honest.
do we know this?
Mm,
About to
they're
Google.
I
from
hope not.
Dallas in what, the 70s? Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
Denton, Texas, in the 70s.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Before it was before Denton became a libtard haven.
Oh, hold on. I'm looking up David Von Erich racist. See if anything pops up.
But yeah, I think if you like the Iron Claw, I think it's a good way to introduce you into Sean Durkin's films, who is a very talented filmmaker who deals with a lot of like really kind of like not taboo subjects, but stuff that's a little dark and a little heavy. If you haven't seen any of his other films, I'd really suggest watching Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene. Came out in 2011,
You're the
and it
only
is
one who's gonna know that on this show.
Yeah.
I'll be real with
it's
you.
a it's a
I don't know
it's a
what the fuck you
phenomenal
just said.
it's a phenomenal film. And The Nest is also a really good film from Sean Durkin. But that's the thing. That's the thing about making something that's so palatable to general audiences is that then they get interested and they're like, oh, who is this dude? What else has he made? Let me go look up a movie, of his that I haven't seen, and that's how you expand your taste and expand your palette, your cinematic palette and stuff. So I'm really glad that A24 specifically, which is one of the kind of most popular, art house distributors, is kind of leaning into like wanting to make like bigger IP stories and bigger storytelling because it's introducing a lot of general audiences to filmmakers who have made phenomenal films, and it's kind of helping bring movies and art and cinema to the forefront and kind of expanding people's range and knowledge and understanding of these artists and the art that they've made. And I think that's amazing. I'm pro them doing that
For
shift.
the arts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Pro support the arts.
Libtard. Also, can we touch on Hulk?
Yeah. Yes.
God damn, he was so fucking good.
He's
That
amazing.
should be that should have been Red Hulk. That should have been Red Hulk. My
he
honest
would have been a great
opinion.
Red Hulk.
Oh.
Yeah.
He should have been.
might
He
have
should have been.
cooked with that one.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, my secret casting list that never gets listened to. These movies would be fire as fuck, bro. But all right, no wait,
You're right. What
they
were you gonna say,
listened
Gerardo?
when we said David Cornsweat, we got that one right, and they listened.
got that one
That's
right.
James Gunn.
Like a year
James
before.
Gunn
we
listens.
might get Alan Richardson right.
Like a year before, you're right. What were you saying about Hulk, Gerardo?
Oh yeah, I mean not to trauma dump, but yeah, the overbearing father, that man killed it. He's very relatable.
I wonder what it was
in
about an
some ways.
overbearing, strict, hard-headed, old-fashioned,
Religious.
traditional father that really speaks to you. I wonder.
Lightly abusive physically, possibly.
Lightly.
Who knows?
It said
Oh my
lightly
God.
abusive.
Relax.
Oh god.
Relax. No,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
got hit with a belt.
But dude, but this is what we say, all the time, bro.
Uh-huh.
Just cast good people, bro, in your shit. Lily
And
James,
let them cook.
she is
Yeah,
amazing.
we had just said that. Competent people, let them cook.
Cooking.
You're gonna have something
Cooking.
Lily
good.
James is good in
Every time.
everything, she's in. Everything.
Pam and Tommy, dog
Fantastic.
shit. She was great.
Dog shit, she's amazing.
Dog
Paris
shit.
Dickinson he's up next. He's the next Jacob Elordi. Watch out, that motherfucker's about to make waves. He's amazing in everything he's in too.
I don't know about
The
that.
guy who played David, he's great.
No one
yeah.
could be Jacob. We never talked about Saltburn on the podcast, I don't think. That's my
We
my
will.
king, Jacob.
We will. Don't worry.
Yeah, Jacob.
We will.
but yeah, it's dude. Just let competent people just put good people in shit, bro, and you'll be surprised how good your fucking movies are.
I honestly want at the risk of there being some type of wrestling movie universe, I want to see another film about a wrestler who's gone through, ups and downs. I'm sure they all have, but I want to see like a prominent I want to see like a Ric Flair movie. I don't want to see a Hulk Hogan movie because there's gonna be a dark period in there where I don't want to be involved. I don't want to see
N-words and a lot of sex tapes.
It'll be a dark period,
Like,
but I definitely want a
like
Ric Flair movie.
That sounds like a great movie.
Oh no! I think
I think they're making an Eddie Guerrero movie.
I'm here for it. Sign me up. I want a Ric Flair movie. That was my favorite part.
They need to make a movie about the dude that killed his family. What's his
Chris
name?
Benoit.
Chris
That's exactly
Benoit.
what I was thinking.
Chris
That's
Benoit.
exactly what. It's never gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen. That's the Oscar winner though. Whoever plays
It would
Chris
be a great movie. That'd be a career maker. Chris, whoever plays Chris, if they do it right.
Yeah, buddy.
To be clear, we're not glorifying what he did. That man's a piece of shit. I'm glad he's dead. Stop. Stop.
Mental illness is
No, we're not doing this.
You know who I'd cast as Chris
It would be a
Benoit
great movie.
Who?
in
Chris
the no. Hell no.
He's got the look.
That'd be
Nah,
funny.
We know he can bulk up.
I'd cast Toby Stevens.
No. What is he's right there, the motherfucker who plays Reacher. Alan Rickman.
Alan Richardson?
Alan Rich.
Nah, bro.
No.
Alan does not look like the. No, look
big.
at Toby. Look at Toby Stevens and look at his
I don't even
repertoire,
know
bro.
who Toby Stevens is, bro.
Bro was in.
Stephen.
He was in. Stephen Stevens. He was in in what's it called? 13 Hours. He was in what's it called? Die
Black
Another
Sails.
Day. Black Sails. He's in Percy Jackson.
What?
We have
No,
yet
I
to
know
see
this
him.
guy. Fuck this guy.
Let him do it.
Don't ever suggest this man again.
Why not?
One, suggesting a
British.
British person. That's already
And then
you're off.
this
You're
is
off
an
base.
American icon we're talking about. Now we'll not let his reputation
We need
and
we
history
need him to
be
have an
sullied
accent that isn't fake.
by an English person.
Gerard Butler.
Person.
Absolutely not. He's Australian, isn't he?
I think he's something.
Scottish.
And he's dog shit. And he's Scottish.
a bad
and
actor, is what he
and
is.
he's dog shit. Yeah, on top of that. More importantly, he's bad. Yeah.
Bring in his better co-star from Plane. What is his name? Will Coulter.
Michael
I'd
Coulter.
rather watch him be Chris
Will
Benoit.
Poulter?
Mike Coulter.
Mike
Oh,
Coulter.
Mike Coulter.
Yeah.
Mike Coulter is Chris Benoit.
And have him do whiteface like Robert Downey Jr.
Jesus Christ.
but
Yeah.
backwards.
Now we're
No.
cooking, bro.
Have him look like Dave Chappelle in his skits. I'd watch
Or
the
No.
fuck out of that
Donald
movie.
Glover in Atlanta.
No, that one was gross. That one was way worse.
Absolutely
Cooking.
not.
We're cooking. We're
What else,
microwaving.
Absolutely.
what else did y'all want to say about the Iron Claw?
You know,
Oh,
what's
I
your
was going to say that its awards prospects aren't looking that good. Unfortunately,
It's not looking
It
good,
makes me so
Brev.
fucking mad.
But it
just
happens,
'cause
I
how
mean,
late
It's
it
not
came out.
looking good, Brev.
and A24 has too many movies they're pushing and promoting. You know, it seems like most of its efforts are focused on the Iron Claw. I mean, the Past Lives. And I think Zone of Interest is an A24
No
movie
one
as
saw.
well. I am not sure, but yeah, by A24 is the Zone of Interest. So you know, when you have too many movies who are in Oscar contention and in like awards race consideration, like some movies are
It's
going to
not
suffer.
their fault. They just make bangers. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Not
it's
their fault.
you know, some movies are going to suffer and fall to the wayside. But I hope that, let's say this doesn't get any Oscar noms, this comes and goes, and people like it, but no awards consideration. I hope Zach doesn't get discouraged and he actually thinks, "Wow, look at the reception. People seem to like that. People seem to like me. Let me do more shit like this. Let me work with more
Please.
writer directors and work with better filmmakers and see what I can
Fuck
what
it.
they bring of
Zach,
me." You know,
Chris Benoit. He can do it. Just maintain the
He
physique.
can do it. He
If they
can
can
do
make
it.
shit, if they can make a show about Jeffrey Dahmer, I don't see why we can't make a Chris Benoit movie.
Jesus Christ.
I
Yeah,
don't
you're right.
know. I mean, that dude was a serial
I mean, there
killer.
were complaints about it.
Sure, but he was a serial killer. And the critics loved it. They gave Eric Evan Peters
they?
all the awards. Yes, he won Emmys. He won Golden Globes. He won fucking all the awards, bro.
All for acting like the one autistic kid from high school we all knew. That's not
But
hard.
who murdered and sexually assaulted gay men,
Yeah,
gay
yeah. but
brown men.
Let's get to the important stuff.
But yeah,
This shit was
any
mid.
last thoughts on Iron Claw?
Nah,
let
man.
me
I
think,
told
let me
son
think.
Gerardo earlier, like, this movie is so good. I even bumped my rating up from a 9.5 to a 9.9. This is my highest rated film since the inception
Really?
of this podcast.
A
Like, it's
9.8?
9.9. Like, it's up there. It is.
Just give it the 10. What the? What do you mean?
There's got to be the right film to give me a 10, bro.
Right.
There's something I'm waiting for, and I'm going to see it, and it's going to get that 10.
Mhm.
I think Oppenheimer
Okay.
got a 9 point something, too. I'm
That's
pretty sure
crazy.
Oppenheimer got a 9.8 or 9.9.
Y'all gave it ratings. What'd you give it, Gerardo?
I'm trying to look at my letterbox. What did I
But
put?
that's only 1 through 5 stars.
I gave it 5 stars. So fuck it. That's
Wow.
a 10 out of 10 for me.
Really?
And no, it was a really good movie. I think I connected with it really well for personal reasons that I
Of
won't
course.
get into legally. The judge said I'm not allowed to talk about it.
The judge.
But no, it's a great movie. Great performances. It's really like, what's the word? I don't know how to say it. It's like who's that name? Who's that guy?
That guy, who's that dude?
Matthew McConaughey, that shitty movie from the 90s, where he
All right.
Yeah.
No, you're talking about Dazed and Confused.
Richard Linklater. It's like
Dazed
if
and
Richard
Confused.
it's like if Richard Linklater made a good movie.
Stop.
That's
Do
what
not
this
Damn.
is.
talk about the Houston
Fuck Dazed and
legend.
Confused.
Don't talk about the
I don't
Houston
care.
legend David Linklater.
I
like
don't
that.
care. I fucking hate that movie.
My goal.
You've seen one
Weird.
David Linklater movie, and now you're saying Richard Linklater movie, and you're saying he's bad.
Fuck that guy. Point me in the direction of his movies, and I'll watch them, and I'll tell you how
I got
ass
you.
they are.
I got you.
Bro made
He's
School
good.
of Rock. He's certified in my book.
He also directed
How's
Ethan
Richard
Hawke
Linklater?
in Before trilogy.
Oh, did he make First Reformed? Okay,
No, that's
what I
Paul,
thought.
Paul Schrader.
That's what I thought. So we're gonna move on from this ass director.
He's
Fucking has
certified.
been ass bitch.
Whoa.
He's certified. Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah,
What was his
whoa.
last movie?
On Letterboxd,
Whoa, brother.
I gave the Iron Claw like 3.5 stars.
That's
Damn.
crazy low.
You
That's
lying.
good. That's a great movie.
Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
3.5?
Yeah, closer to 4.
That's low, dude.
I'm telling you, I think the end of the movie, it's 30 minutes too long. I think it drags, and I didn't really like that
He gave
that scene.
Saltburn 4.5 stars.
No, I didn't.
A movie he said he liked purely off vibes.
Yeah, the vibes were cool. Did I really give it 4.5 stars?
I don't know. I might be wrong.
No,
I might be
you're
lying.
probably lying. I think I gave it 3.5.
That's it.
But
He gave
yeah,
Oppenheimer 5 stars.
it's a masterpiece.
Cinema. It's a masterpiece.
Oppenheimer's a masterpiece.
Oppenheimer is the one that got 9 point. Actually, Oppenheimer's got 9.9 stars too on my ratings too, or 9.9 out of 10. My fault.
Just from a purely filmmaking perspective.
He gave, and this is controversial, Devotion, the movie with the abuser in it, 3.5 stars. Same rating.
Valid.
Might
Are
wanna
you
go back
fucking
and
going
look at
through
that.
my all my Letterboxd reviews?
Just looking at him.
Valid.
Okay, I agree with most of these.
Yeah,
Given.
thank you. I know ball, bro. I know ball.
I wouldn't say
Real
that.
ball
I wouldn't go that
knowers.
far.
Real ball knowers agree. Critics agree. New York
If we're gonna do
Times
an Oscar
bestseller.
episode, if we're gonna do an Oscars episode, y'all have a lot of shit to catch up on.
That's gonna be like a 4-hour
I'm not catching
episode.
up on shit. I'm going off of vibes, and we'll see if I'm right.
I'm
You're
pulling.
just gonna guess.
I'm pulling a Matt
we're just
Ramos,
guessing what's winning.
and I'm using Wikipedia.
We're doing parlays, and we're gonna see how many people make fun of Joe Coy. That's what we're doing.
That'd be funny as fuck.
Chat, leave F's in chat for Joe Coy.
The
He's about to get roasted
Emmys,
that day.
the Emmys was really good. Actually, I just watched it, and they had a lot of people of color win, like a
Praise
lot.
God.
It was crazy. It was like
Justice
awesome.
served. Martin Luther King Day was on Monday too. Praise
It was
God.
Martin Luther King. Anthony, what's his name? Anthony Anderson made a joke. He said the chocolate Emmys.
Allegation. Anderson.
Oh yeah, Anthony.
Oh yeah, he did. Anthony guilty.
They got another.
Anthony's guilty. He looks
They got
guilty.
another
I'm
one.
sorry.
He looks
Anthony-
guilty.
He looks guilty.
He did it.
He did
Guilty
it.
as
He
fuck.
did it twice, probably.
Guilty
I don't
as
know
charged.
what they're accusing him of. I'll look it up, but I know he's got
3 women
allegations.
accused him of sexual assault.
How many?
3.
I believe
Guilty.
women.
He's guilty.
I believe women.
I believe women.
Anthony, whatever his name, fuck that guy.
Come on, bro. The icon that was in Kangaroo Jack.
Blackish.
Man,
made
get
the
Kenya
most
Barris out of here.
shows ever.
That show,
You
oh
like
my
Kenya
God.
Barris?
The motherfucker
Don't get me
from,
started on no
Transformers.
blackish or grownish. Oh yeah, when he's in Transformers, I'm just a cousin.
Yeah.
I'm just a cousin. Boy, what the fuck?
I forgot
That's
he
the
was
height
he's
of
in
his
that
career.
movie. I forgot.
I
about
didn't
that.
forget. That's his
That's
magnum
the only
opus.
good thing he's been in.
No, the height of his career is hosting the 2024 Emmys. Is the height of his career.
Just to
Yeah,
get
no one
packed
called him
up
out for those
online.
allegations. Crazy.
He literally said he was holding one for the intro for the speech, a monologue. And he said, "This is the only time I'll ever hold one of these." And I was like, "You're right.
He's not lying.
He's not lying."
Did he not get
I'm
one?
glad he knows.
Smart man. Because I'm gonna be real
I don't
with
think
you.
they can deliver those into prison when he goes. So yeah, he's probably right.
Yeah. No more blackish, no more grownish, bro. It's over. It's more
Yeah, it's
over
gonna
than
be
it's ever been over
prison-ish.
before.
Jailish.
Prison-ish,
No, it's gonna be guilty-ish.
indictment-ish. I hope when the AI thing, the clip generator generates that as a so we can get
That's
so we can
shitting
get
on Anthony, whatever his
deleted
name
on
is.
social media again, so that the TL can get fucked up off of the vibes.
So if we were to award one Oscar to the Iron Claw, what would it be for?
Bro, best screenplay.
Best soundtrack.
Best actor.
Best
No.
actor for Zac Efron.
Yeah, that one's he's
Director.
all right too.
Would you give him director? I mean, we
Only
got
one.
Oppenheimer
With
with
you only
oh,
get
we're
one
only
Oscar.
we each get
Yeah,
one.
for the movie.
Oh shit! Hold on,
You
hold
get the
on, hold
movie.
on, hold on.
Soundtrack. Tom Sawyer
Oh,
fucks.
Best soundtrack's not an Oscar.
It
it
is for
can
me.
be. It should be.
I'm sorry I don't watch your little fucking movie awards, right?
The
Fucking
MTV
movie trophy,
Awards. MTV
movie
Movie
trophies or
Awards.
whatever you call them. But that's a
Oscar
hard
Isaacs.
soundtrack.
The Oscar Isaacs. I think.
That's
Oscars.
another motherfucker who needs to stop doing dog shit and
Hey. He was in Dune. Okay, show some respect.
for like 20 minutes, bro.
Hey,
That bitch is 3 hours long. He was in it for like
bag is a bag.
I don't give a fuck about a bag. I need a good performance in good movies.
Cinema. This is not
Smell
movie.
like
This
Saltburn.
is cinema. Smell like Saltburn.
But yeah. Great film.
I
Great
think
film.
this movie.
Okay,
This movie needs to get more attention. You know, I knew the normies wouldn't come see it. Those who
Shut up.
know, the knowers who know, the initiated went to see this movie. Not even just once, multiple times.
And actually, it's made $30 million at the box office, and I think it was made for like 15 million. I think off the top of my head. So
Not bad.
you know, it's already doubled its budget.
Just like this podcast, bro. We make this off of $5 in hopes and dreams, and look at how much money we get back.
Oh yeah, the budget was $15.9 million.
Dang.
We make it for $5 each, and then go into debt for 10.
But yeah, so people are watching it. People have seen it. So it's pretty, you know, a $15 million movie making double its budget. That's a win. That's a dub right there, you know.
I
So
don't know. In this economy,
yeah, 30 mils is a lot for a $15 million movie.
we'll see.
I guess we'll see how it fares up against award season. We'll see how hopefully the Iron Claw jumps off the top rope and just smashes everybody else, because I really do. I stand on business for this film. Great movie overall. I'm hoping to see all these actors return in more good projects too. Because to Iron 2 Claw, I need to see it. Actually, my favorite part of this movie was at the end when the screen went black and it said Ric Flair will return. I just knew.
Did it really say that?
We're in the ICU,
Yeah.
the Iron Claw cinematic universe.
It said that for real?
Did you not stay until the end?
I don't remember seeing that. No, it said Ric Flair will return.
At the end of the credits.
I sat through the whole credits, and it you know how it popped up the A24 logo and the Iron Claw logo, the little print, the cap. Then it like another one came up and it said Ric Flair will return.
Sean Durkin making a Ric Flair movie?
That's why we said there's going to be a Ric Flair movie.
Oh, what the fuck? Sean Durkin's going to make a Ric Flair movie? That's funny. It literally came up on Google. Is Sean Durkin making a Ric Flair movie? Oh, yeah. Well, he said he has an idea for it. He said if he were to return to the wrestling biopic subgenre, he would make a film about the WWE icon Ric Flair.
I can't tell if you're bullshitting right now.
I got tears in my eyes.
He chose right now to freeze. He chose right now to freeze. For our listeners, that shit did not fucking happen. We just made it up. And I don't know what the hell he looked up, but apparently it is happening. So another case of us being right.
Oh my goodness.
Prophets.
That was crazy. I'm laughing and I got tears coming out of my eyes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Lord.
Whew. Whew. Oh Lord. But yeah, Maybe we're right. Maybe there is a Ric Flair movie coming that we don't know about
We
just
might have
yet.
spoken into existence, honestly.
We've not been wrong before.
No, bro, we're always right.
Sinestro Corps always accurate, always
Especially
right.
about Richard Linklater, now that Luis isn't here to defend his bitch ass. Fuck that guy.
Oh man. So real quick, want to do a quick shout out to Backstage OL, Backstage Experience. Go ahead and check out what they're doing. Check them out on TV. They should be coming to TV channels across Texas right now. I know they're in Houston, Austin. I think they're in Phoenix now. I'm not sure. I have to look up and get information. I wish David was here. I wish David was here to explain, but David's handling family business. My boy, we out here. The next generation of Sinestro Corps when we hand this down to our offspring. But yeah, shout out Backstage OL, shout out the Backstage Experience. Please go check them out. Please support. If you want to get up to date information on all things Hollywood besides our channel, go to the real source and go to Backstage OL. Otherwise, guys, that's a wrap for today. We appreciate y'all watching or listening to our channel. Go ahead and follow us on all platforms at Cinestro Corps to stay tuned on everything we got coming up this year. Smash that MF like button and subscribe button to show us how much you enjoyed this episode by leaving us a 5-star review wherever you listen to this podcast. Send our podcast and YouTube channel to your friends, family, post in your group chats, and send it everywhere. Thank you guys. We'll see you all next time on the Cinestro Corps.
That Ric Flair article is cursed. It fucked my whole shit up, dude. It like froze my entire computer. I was like, Google is not responding, and it just closed my shit down.
Good.
Chat, can we get some Ric Flair woos in chat, please?
No, get some woos. That shit is fucking dog shit. That sucked.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time on the Cinestro Corps. Peace.